This place is exactly how I pictured it. Imagine me, standing in the first haven ever built. Excuse me, may I ask you a few questions about the history here?
This is a functional haven, sir, not a museum. I'm trying to do a job here.
So dedicated, so passionate, please. Tell me about your time stationed here, at First Haven.
Sir, please go away.
Look, on the ground. Chunks of the actual wall of First Haven. Little pieces of history. May I keep one?
Sure. Would you like any guidance on where to put it?
What's the dream like?
My dream?
Imagine shattered corpses and laughing children.
I'm sure the
Now
dragons
imagine
would
me
love
searching.
that.
I find only corpses. The laughter yet eludes me.
Oh,
You
well,
see the toxic
try a little
shark
gardening.
they pulled out of the
That's
lake
what
the
I do
other
when I
day?
need to relax.
I did.
If my spectral
It's a
calcimeter
heap
wasn't on
bigger
the
than my
fritz, I
youngest
could analyze the
project.
soil here.
What magnificent device is that? I want to try. It sounds utterly amazing. It sounds like something I'd use every day.
A spectral calcimeter. It measures, well, it measures the soil. And it's broken, so you can't use it.
My cat's missing. Gods, I hope she didn't wander into the swamp.
It's taking Lion's Arch so long to send more guards. Your cat is the least of our worries.
All right, fine. Wait just a minute while I look for some extra protection.
Welcome guys, I'm back. It's currently very late at night. I don't often find myself recording this late at night, but here we are, past midnight. My voice is all better and happy and fine now today, so you guys were so worried and expressed so much concern in the comments yesterday. Thank you all, it's all fine. And yeah, we are continuing with our adventures on Cariflower. Now, something I missed just before we go to see the script here was at some point in our adventures with the Priory, Keith did get in touch, and she said, "Valiant, I've intercepted reports that you are doing well. Your order praises you highly. This is for the best. We must unify. We must all unify, or Tyria will blacken and die." I mean, Keith doesn't mess around with her mails. She says, Aaron Ritlock have searched the catacombs for lost power. Zodja still fights for Snaff's legacy, while Logan falls back to Kryta and to his queen. Though we know that he's had a change of heart probably at this point in the timeline. I do not understand why they cannot move forward, why they are so obsessed with the past. How can we make them focus on the future? If they do not, it will soon escape us forever, and the dragons will succeed. I must follow them. I have to watch and understand. There is too much at risk for us to fail. These poor Sylvari, they just don't get it. But, I mean, she's right. They do need to pay attention to this stuff. Signed by Keith. So there you go. Whispers in the Dream. She did give us that. And we will be getting in touch with her pretty soon again as well, I guess. But yeah, so the last episodes, we spent basically the entire time just getting here. But now that we're here in this very remote region of the world, in fact, one of the most northerly areas in the entire launch game. There's only a few Char and Shiver Peaks places that went further north than this. Even further north of the city we are right now. We're going to check out some script and see what's going on at their little makeshift place for the story. Ratastrophe. Let's do it, Cariflower. The oldest Asuran writings tell of the deep lands far below the surface of Tyria. Their lore describes beasts that no human or Char has ever known, and gives histories of places now thought destroyed forever by the rise of Primordus, the Elder Dragon. These scrolls also speak of monsters fell and dangerous, and other creatures, perhaps not as dangerous, but horribly, wickedly tricksy. The script. Look at how fluffy and beautiful and cool that guy looks. Oh, so cute. All right, so, Siren, it's good to see you. It's been a while. What's going on?
Another underground race. I'll never get that.
She just doesn't understand why people would want to live underground. It's strange to think of that. Imagine if the tree could grow without sunlight and then it had grown underground. That's a crazy idea, that maybe somewhere deep below our feet right now, there is a subterranean section of Sylvari we've never met just from another tree. Wow, that'd be fascinating. So what do we got? Well, Siren says this. I've dealt with script before. This scratch seems remarkably well organized, she says. Well, it seems like junk to me still. I mean, if anything, this place looks a bit smaller than Skritsburg, but pretty similar. This scratch seems remarkably well organized, but that never stops them getting into trouble. Let's see what they found. What's our agenda here exactly, Siren? She says, for starters, we protect the script from whatever dragon-tinged artifacts they've been finding. Then we see about getting them to join us in fighting against the dragons. So far, Siren and Caraflower have dealt a little bit with machinations from Jormag.
There's always more to
And
learn.
obviously, a lot of the story's been talking about Zaitan and Arisen, and we as Sylvari care a lot about them. But there are more dragons out there. There are artifacts belonging to other ones. It's not just the Sanguinary Blade. And so I guess we'll see. I'm hearing a lot of variation in the way these script talk, we can note as we move close to them. And she says, you'll get used to it. The script talk to each other so fast we can barely hear it, much less keep up. The more of them there are, the more brains they have to focus on the matter at hand. And we've discussed this many times now, so the smarter they sound smarter in larger numbers. Got it, and we're pretty clear with that. So is Kyrafla now. So who are you? Photokchak?
You came to see strange finding, yes? So fast. Priory, travel quick.
The Priory loves investigating mysterious artifacts. We're happy to be here.
Good. Many of them to see. Very strange. Very odd. Follow. Come, follow. We found this. We show you.
Oh god, I don't really have a great feeling about this. It was so quiet and ominous there as well.
Greetings.
Found dwarven shinies. Yes, yes. Maybe you trade to take them home.
Dwarven shinies? God, there's so much to look at. Dwarven stuff? Well, dwarven stuff would be pretty old. Maybe not too old. They were active up to 250 years ago, despite being one of the ancient races from the previous rising 10,000 years ago. The dwarves' reign lasted a long time. They only recently went underground, 250 years ago, as we saw in Guild Wars 1. So what?
What an odd little ovoid. I've never seen anything like it. It's almost like...
Shikik found many. Deep, deep down in a cave. Going back to get more.
Oh no. Your little friend is still down there. That's bad.
No choice. We need goods to trade. Need to trade to feed our young. That or starve.
Huh. Yeah, this didn't look good. Guys, those are eggs.
Evil creatures. Help. Save my friend.
Which is quite strange. So, check it out, guys. They are the Destroyers. This is not our first time having seen the Destroyers. In fact, last time we saw the Destroyers, I mistakenly mentioned to you all. I was like, is this the first time? But no, we had seen them even quite a long bit back with Bract. Bract found some Destroyers in, I think it was Gad's lab, I think.
Go away. Leave our shinies alone.
So yeah, but the Destroyers are dragon minions. Dragon minions are just created from dragons, not necessarily eggs. So this is quite strange. But yeah, all right, so we got quite a few here. We got Bator, Photokchak, and Co. Fun little bit of trivia here. Photokchak does actually have some dialogue right now, but the only during the fight, and the only way you can get it during the fight is if he breaks combat and you press F on him at the perfect moment, which I doubt we'll be able to. It's nothing amazing, but he says something like, oh, we must fight. You Destroyers, you know what this means. We must protect the young, or something like that. But it's extremely difficult to actually get it to proc, so it's a bit of a shame. Let's use Death Shroud to mop some more up here.
Scary things from old stories. Keep away. Away.
Scary things from old stories, they say. My god, and the Destroyers actually hurt quite a lot as well. Every time we deal with dragon minions, it's like the damage goes up a bit. These crabs particularly are quite dangerous. They're only little crablings, but look at how many there are. They just keep swarming around. You foolish script. Don't keep gathering stuff up from the depths. I know that's where your race is from, but it's not a good idea. Here I'll use my dagger offhand to blind everyone in the area so that we can keep ourselves safe a bit longer.
These are red shinies. Red shiny.
Bad. My god, I love the script voice. I really do. I like how one of them just straight up snorted a second ago as well. Did you guys hear in the middle of the dialogue? Oh my goodness. Right, is that good? Are we dealt with? I'm spamming F to try and get the dialogue and just making them say hi and stuff. I think we need our Blood Fiend to start healing up a bit more, even though we are Blood Magic. Oh no, Photokchak went down! These crabs are getting a bit bigger as well. Oh no, there's not many eggs left now. 3? There's only a couple. Oh, there you go, the last one's hatched. So every egg we saw there, we have actually had to fight. This is quite an intense battle. I'll get you in a second for Photokchak from being knocked out. Let's live transfer him while he's got bleed on him. Get back here. There we go. Nice. My fiend killed him. Good. And then one more. You're no match.
creatures. Before, yes, in the deeps. We fled long ago. Now they come closer to the surface. Found us. They must have followed our scouts. Found our city. Now they come, all teeth and death. They will return until we die. Or they do.
I know about destroyers. Priory records say they are servants of the dragon Primordus. A group of heroes fought him long ago. These minions are dangerous, full of magma and bad attitude. I'm not surprised they attack the Skrit, but why so persistently?
Look at this artifact. It looks like an egg of some kind. A destroyer egg? Is that possible?
Yes, yes. Shikik found that one in room full just like it. Many just like it. Shikik went back to bring more, but she has not returned. Bator thinks we can make bomb to kill the destroyers. Wants to steal bomb powder from the centaurs for explosion.
Interesting. We could investigate these eggs and maybe save the lost Skrit, or ready a bomb to take out the destroyers when they return. Which sounds more fun, Explorer? These creatures, and I think of my home in the Grove. What would I be willing to do if something threatened it?
Siren, you seem to have no real it's not about what is most fun, it's about urgency. You reckless fool! What is that weird... Can you hear the weird noise of the scratch as well? Can you guys hear that? Oh, maybe it's this spinning around. I love that sound effect. That's really, really, really cool. Right, okay, so we do get this decision. Now, Siren, what do you say?
Greetings.
This is perplexing. Destroyers don't usually lay eggs. Not even egg-like cocoons, which is what these look like to me. I wonder if there's some sort of destroyer queen lurking about. Huh. How are destroyers normally created? Normally, Primordus animates stone to create its minions. It must have evolved a new method while it was being dormant and quiet all these years. So that's pretty fascinating. I love the idea that we have kind of the Skrit story dealing with them being hive-mindy almost. And now we see Primordus has got like this whole like insect kind of queen laying eggs thing, which is hive-mindy in its own right. We can also ask Siren, why hasn't Primordus risen before? And she says it has tried, but a band of heroes took it on just as it started to stir. They couldn't kill it, but they were able to put it back to sleep, buying us all more time to prepare. And so again, guys, that is alluding to these heroes, a band of heroes. That was us from the original game. That was the conclusion of Eye of the North, right before the devs went off to go make Guild Wars 2. That's what happened there. We met the destroyers. They were the main antagonists. We fought them back. We destroyed a big champion of the Elder Dragon, and he stirred but did not awake, buying everyone a bit more time. So, yeah, that's really what that's talking about. And if you're curious about it, I've got a gameplay series much like this on the channel from a few years back, playing that when it was still fresh. So yeah, okay, cool. What do you have to say, Bator? What? Boom! Like fire, yes? Fire goes boom, walls shake, ceiling crumbles. Love it! Best be somewhere else when it booms. Yes, boom's best. I can see the appeal. So they kind of want to just blow up the destroyers. I get that does actually just sound like an option that you'd pick for the sake of it being a fun option. I love the idea of them using rifles, man. That's going to take some intelligence. Cool. I really like their scratch, actually. It's so, like, nice and light and things. Right, so what do we want to pick? I guess we're going to choose with Fatokchak over here. You help us kill hot rockbugs, yes? Need big boom first to kill nest and rockbug mama. I have a plan plus another plan. You do one plan, Skrit do the other. Yes? Okay, so slow down. What are your two plans? Need to build big boom that will kill big rock mom. Need more Skrit. More Skrit, more voices, faster answers. Plan 1, find missing Skrit. And okay, find plan 2. Also need bomb powder to make big boom. Horsefolk, how do you say? Centaurs? Centaurs have plenty of powder. Steel powder, make a boom. Yes? Now you pick plan 1 or plan 2. Right. Wow. Okay, so you might have been thinking this was a bit odd, especially yesterday. There's so much stuff here in this map, and it's all about humans versus centaurs. And then it's like, oh yeah, there are just some Skrit hiding out here. And they feel super separate, don't they, really? Because, I mean, this is a subterranean race. I think the idea is they're underground a bit more, stealing things, as we can tell from underground, doing vague trading. But they are in centaur territory, so they deal with centaurs. And it seems that they're gonna... We have seen the centaurs using siege and things, and I guess that it doesn't... it's not too crazy to believe they might have powder kegs and stuff. So what do we want to do? Do we want to save the extra Skrit and let them get the bomb? Or the bomb stuff and deal with the centaurs? Or the reverse? Well, I think Caraflower as a Sylvari would probably be more interested in saving the lives of the creatures rather than stealing from the Centaurs. Now, if Casey was here, I think we would go with the Centaurs because we get to screw the Centaurs over at the same time and we'd be more invested in that. But I think we're going to go. So I'll find your friends. You raid the Centaurs. And there we go. So, Rat-tastrophe complete. We get some Inquisitor's pants, some Slayer's pants, or some Stalwart pants. Now, what's kind of interesting here is if we go with the Stalwart ones, that's got healing power and toughness on it, which is kind of nice for our setup. So I'll grab those. The thing is, I upgraded all of our gear very recently, and we're in some pretty badass stuff as it is, so I'm not sure when, if ever, we'll equip that. But there you go. Okay. So, yeah. Wait, did he update? Wall shake, ceiling crumble. No, that's fine. For Tokchak, I'll come when you make sure the plan goes right. Other script will do other plan, okay? We go? I love how edgy they are. They just want to go, 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 go. I'd like to know more about your village, actually. Scratch. Squids live in Scratch, not village. Underground is good, yes, yes. But hot rock bugs and bug ear meanies make us leave. Big ear meanies. Big ear meanies. Who do we think those are, guys? I mean, none of them are present right now, but it's the Asura. Yes, underground, these guys are being pushed out, not just by an Elder Dragon, but by those sneaky, snarky, conniving, manipulative Asura who hate the scripts. Wonder what Bract would think about this. This is a good Scratch, worth fighting for. That's why we're here.
Hiya.
What's your story exactly? Best gatherer in the Scratch. I bring back the most shinies, the most specials, the most everything. Good to be best. I mean to say best. So, yeah, we've seen this kind of scavenging stuff before the script. I can respect that, I guess.
I have much to teach.
Siren, this is a sorry, I almost gave her a script voice there. This is a fine test of our new potential allies. I just hope the script can deliver on their end of the plan. Whatever's laying these eggs needs to be stopped. So, we came here sort of to study them, and then boom, immediately found there's Elder Dragon activity in the area. Good thing we came, I guess, right? Back to Harathi. Alright, back out into the open world. We've got another adventure to go on. Not as immense as yesterday's. And mostly because we're not going to be stopping to hit so many landmarks. I'm going to equip our balloon as we go. So, yeah, let's press M and have a look at how far we need to travel. It is pretty far across the map now. So we got a choice, guys. We can go this way over the lake and whatnot. Or we can return to where we started at the camp and move north from there. In fact, I want to do that because I think that's actually a more interesting route. So let's do it that way. Oh, and I unequipped our balloon. So let's go back over to that camp over there first. I mean, we could take this bridge at the same time, but that's kind of a more direct road, I think, that might put us straight into Centaur stuff, which concerns me. Okay, so past Jackson, Cooper, the dog, and all of that. Now, they've got a little dock over here that we never walked to before. That's the Vigil Keep. You can see just up there. Oh, well, I guess going across that bridge was smart because that's just cliffs all along there, I think, and there's no, like, route up. So we're going to want to swim along. Don't want to swim. Oh, here you go. By the way, this Quaggan village down here. I was wrong. When I said the Varanos, that's not the name of the village. That's the name of a rank of Quaggan within the village. We actually learned that in the friggin' previous story when we were helping out with the Quaggan. So a huge, blatant, terrible mistake from me there. Somebody pointed that in the comments, but yeah. So these are the people. We found an outcast of this village before. Quaggan is sorry to trouble you, but Quaggan needs someone to complain to. Many young Quaggans have left Kufu-Falu to go and get killed in a stupid fight. Quaggan is very upset. What stupid fight? Humans and centaurs on the surface are always at war. Quaggan doesn't care about them. It's not a Quaggan problem. But young Quaggans have gone to help the humans. I don't see what's wrong with offering assistance to those who need it. If a Quaggan is going to fight, it should be for a worthy cause. Dark times have come. Humans and centaurs and Quaggans who insist on fighting should fight the coming darkness, not prolong their petty squabbles. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I don't just see where you're coming from. I agree with you 100%, Mr. Quaggan, man. And trust me, I don't often find myself saying that, but I really, really do believe in exactly what you said there. That's kind of the theme of the game, almost, to an extent, right? But yeah, they got their own squabbles, and there ain't no convincing them otherwise. Alright, so out of the water. Keep behind us. We can move up here. Now, I did hint before, there are the companions nearby. Remember, Kane kind of interacts with them and works with them on occasion. Well, we can move up and see what they're all about over here. First, there is another very cool Easter egg on the map you guys might not know about. A little bit like the tomb from before. And it's kind of close. Oh, it's happening already, I think. So here's a guy called Grandpa Pritchard, Tyler, and Mark J. the Watcher. Watch your step, friend. This is a Doliac graveyard. Older Doliacs from the hinterland leave their herds and travel here to die. So these are like Shiver Peaks creatures. And we haven't really seen many, but it's a graveyard. Look, and they leave their pet. They come here. This is like real-world animal activity as well. They come all the way here to die. When a Doliac becomes weak or injured, a burden to the herd, they make the journey here when they calmly await death. I like to think they share stories in Doliac language, but I'm romantic. Why should I watch my step? Well, many years ago, a gang of bandits holed up in a small cave nearby. They didn't respect the spirits of this place, and, well, none lived to tell the tale, except me. But I won't. So I'm rushing here a little bit. This is the graveyard. It's a really cool little landmark. But if you notice, there was a spirit of a Doliac just a second ago, a ghost Doliac that walked up over here towards this wall on the far side of the map. And as you can see, a well-worn side reads, "Keep out, trespassers will be shot." There are some ghostly bandits here. But look, this Doliac is actually walking inside, and we're going to try to follow it. I need to summon some minions to defend ourselves against these ghosts. We're going to follow the spirit and see what it does. The timing for this is kind of perfect here. But yeah, we're going to have to clear the cave while we're at it from all these bandit ghosts who have got these abandoned supplies here that we can look inside, I guess. Abandoned...
Step back. We'll meet the same fate as the others.
Oh.
Waiting for you.
Oh, what happened there? I think the Doliac just despawned, maybe? I don't know. Or this lady, Veteran Slick Ricky. Here you go. Oh, yeah, I think this might be it.
I won't let you leave. Let the beast come. I'm not afraid.
I don't fully remember what happens here, but I think you're supposed to come and, like, avenge the spirit as you follow it. But we defeat her. There are some dusty bones, and something becomes interactable. The air hangs cold and still. Partially decayed bones are scattered across the ground. We can leave the bones as they are. And there's a worn journal here as well. The journal says, the cover of the journal is faded and worn. Several pages are torn or faded beyond repair, but a few remain intact. Read the journal. I had to crack a few snouts to restore order. I don't know what's gotten into Mac, but he's getting everyone riled up with all his ridiculous jabbering about the spirits. Continue reading. No matter what he says, this is the perfect location for our operation. Sacred ground, be damned! If he can't see that, I'll have to take things into my own hands. Finally shut him up. Everyone else quickly fell in line. I'd hoped it would end there, but now others are whispering about the great white beast with terrible horns. The terrible sounds. They don't stop. When we went out in the morning, there was nothing but bloodstains. It's coming. Put the journal down. So yeah, the idea is these bandits did come here. They defiled the Doliac spirits. They did not respect the land, and they kind of went mad. They got driven mad by being here, by the spirits inhabited, and messed up. And there's totally a thing you can do by, like, following the ghost inside. I don't know whether we've seen it trigger or whether it would trigger later. Maybe you guys can look at the comments. People might be able to point out. Or, hey, play the game yourself and figure out what it was. But this is one of the cool little weird obscure things. Again in Harathi that is just so full of fun, strange things. Maybe you have to come back at night as well. I don't know. I was surprised to see the spirit here at all. I was just going to tell you that there's a chance we could see something, because I'm pretty sure during day it doesn't normally happen. But we did just see it. The spirit walked out. But yeah, back to the graveyard. You can see them. Look, all the Doliacs come here. And I do love this. I do love this idea because we are right near the Shiver Peaks. An area of the Shiver Peaks, by the way, that we've vaguely barely touched, and particularly to the north, you can't even explore in the game yet. This area up here, that's unexplorable completely. So the idea of the Doliacs come here, and there could be other graveyards. I think it's quite beautiful, really. And you know, you hear about that in the real world all the time of various species. When something's close to death, they leave. Don't crows do a similar thing? Don't crows have like this like almost funerary kind of thing? Like they all go to a place to die and they avoid it, or they seem to like recognize, understand stuff like that. Anyway, for centuries, maybe even millennia, Doliacs have come to this place to die at the end of their natural life cycle. The air vibrates with energy, and we can commune with this place of energy. So there you go. And Carrotflower learns a little bit about the world. She gets some hero points, which can turn into cool traits and improve her necromantic abilities. Oh, it's so perfect. In fact, I will take the opportunity. Let's pick up a blood magic major. So remember, we get the Mark of Blood on dodge. We get all the vampirism, lifesteal on everything we do, and our minions. And we have the downstate rotting stuff, as well as extra healing power. Oh, the healing power is on a different one, was it? Or was it here? No, this is the healing power one. Yeah, so let's pick up an adept trait. We got a choice of 3 different ones. I think I'll pick this, Quickening Thirst. This increases our movement speed while we have a dagger equipped. The dagger skills we have will also recharge quicker if, when we activate them, we're over 75% health. Which, with this combo, we will be a lot of the time. So all these abilities, all 5 of these, now recharge way quicker for us, and we just move quicker. Look at how much faster Carrotflower moves now. That's without even having to use our Locust Swarm. So yeah, that's pretty nice, and we'll continue picking those up as we go on our adventures. And finally, even further to the north of the graveyard, check it out. We could duel this mercenary if we like. We do find the companions. So this is another heart region. This is another place where you can interact with people no matter how the Centaur War is going. And there's a ton of different things you can do. You can get on these ballistae.
I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
That guy's trying to get us to do an event. You can get on these ballistae and learn how to fire.
It's not so bad. We've got infantry in front of us.
You'll learn to shoot fast with a centaur charging at you.
Sounds exciting. Does that ever happen?
It did to the squad we're replacing.
Jesus. You can learn how to treb things here. You can learn how to use mortars.
Crew is headed to Overwatch. They'll need help.
I'm not sure. We don't have time to help at Overwatch, my friend. So this is a mortar, and the idea would be we got to siege these areas. The better we do, the more progress we get on the heart. There is this climbing rope here, which I love the thought. Guild Wars, if you guys don't know, in the early days, the devs, when concepting Guild Wars 2 and announcing it, they said they were thinking of doing like tree climbing as mechanics and stuff, and it was all about freedom of movement. I love the idea that maybe at one point they were thinking of maybe having like a ladder system in the game or something, so we could climb that. The faster you climb it, the more progress you get or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's just sort of a prop in the area. There's another hero challenge near here and whatnot, but I think we're just gonna have to move on. My god, there's a centaur on the edge who we just completely destroyed. Look at that, my god. And he's killed all these mercenaries, so let's res these. Look, there's another player here as well. A fellow necromancer who has another army of minions. This is what happens when multiple minion-mancing necros get together. Look at how much stuff we've got here, Jesus. Just imagine having a party of 5 and going through the story like that with just an army. Oh, brilliant. Because every one of those 5 necromancers could summon a jagged horror out of the kills they make, which is hilarious. So there are squid there.
Yes.
It is another scratch. These ones are enemies though, and they don't want to talk to us. They're kind of hostile. Like many of the lesser races, sometimes you meet them as friends, sometimes they're enemies. Over there, those squid don't want to hear anything about us. So I'm not going to go through that cave. Instead, we're just going to go north a little bit more. Past these fields of wargs. A nice vista if we'd found a way to climb on top of that cliff. And that was kind of a very common thing when the game first came out. You'd always look at cliffs like this and think, how do you get up there? I wonder. And it's only later on that people get mounts and sort of just bypass it all now. But yeah, there's a scout here as well, so we can hear a bit about the Centaur War. The meta event says we're at the assault on Thunder Rock. The company is fighting through Wetchlin Armory in Thunder Rock. So let's see.
A group of Centaur slavers have their captives holed up in a camp. We need to free the imprisoned and put a stop to the Centaur's cruel trade.
So a lot of people don't kind of realize this about Harathi, but there's actually 2 meta events here. One is to do with the company and their efforts, and the other is to do with the Seraph and theirs, and that's like the bigger one. But the one with the company is really interesting because they actually are a little bit like Destiny's Edge in that they have like a Norn with them and a Char with them and like 2 human. Destiny's Edge had 2 Asura with them. because they had Snaff and Zodger. But the companies, like, it's really kind of interesting to see how similar they are. We've still got a bit of a walk to do as well, and we're going to have to go through this Centaur Camp, which unfortunately is under enemy control. The only other way is to walk a long way around after Hangman's Saddle. So let's battle our way through. It's probably not going to be too interesting in here.
Back me up!
Oh, I thought I had my war horn there. I was going to try and stop him from being able to block, but it didn't quite work. Yeah, we're just going to kind of have to charge on through, actually. I think they got their rock dogs with them. There is this very cool wall here, and I think there's a vista up there if you can manage to climb up again. Whenever I see vistas like that, I don't know, you guys might have your own gaming memories that, like, you feel whenever you see vistas. But to me, I was a big fan of the game Jet Set Radio Future. Not the original Jet Set Radio, I never played that, but Jet Set Radio Future for the Xbox 360. And in that game, anybody who knows that game, there are these things called graffiti souls that you have to gather around the world. Vistas always make me think of graffiti souls. Years and years and years after I played that goddamn game, I still always think of graffiti souls. It's like Guild Wars 2's version of that, and it's so strange. Right, so another cool little thing. We're getting pretty close now. But there is this cave over here. Kind of similar to the script system from before. I never really realized until very lately how many caves there are in Harathi. There's so much cave stuff. But this is another place where you can actually find a giant. Another giant does exist in this area of the world. A giant you can actually fight this time, though. He's not an allied one. He doesn't seem to be here right now. Also, this is where if we had chosen the other option with the script to help them steal a bomb, you'd find we'd be doing a storyline in that cave there. But we didn't pick that, so instead we're going a little bit deeper into Harathi and a bit further. You'll also notice a very strange marker here, a red starburst. That is to do with a mechanic that only unlocks when we hit level 80. So there is a reason once you beat the game and you get to level 80, you finish the story, there is a reason to return back to all kinds of different areas of Tyria. Not just for money or farms or things you missed, but a very real reason to go get all those red starbursts, which we'll have to deal with in due course. Right, more Centaur Camps. This one's actually really awesome. There's like a big cave you can go down and a hidden underwater dock. In fact, that might be a part of the story we're about to do. I'm not sure, actually. And here we're kind of really far off. Behind those gates over there, guys, is the Centaur Stronghold. You can see here, look, assault the King's Gate and drive the Centaurs back before they can rally their forces. There's a huge event going on up here. Wow, the timing is so crazy and so lucky. I'm going to do it, okay? That's the script story there. We're going to ignore it.
Leave none alive.
We did it! We've taken the Modnia foothold in the Highlands. Excellent work, everyone. Fortify our position here, and keep an eye out for the Modnia War King.
Oh, and there it is. Look, look, look. This is awesome. The Seraph. We just missed the event. If I show my map, you can see we've got players here, commanders that are leading big armies. This is it. This is the Centaur main camp. And as you just heard, they've managed to capture it. The meta says the Seraph are digging in at Kingsgate Camp, push back the Centaur forces to face the Modnir leader, Olgoth. And this is it. Look, Olgoth is about to spawn. So he's got two big war beasts. This is a huge boss, guys. So here's a little taste of what it's like to fight like the Shadow Behemoth and stuff. This is the first time we've seen this on the series. This is what the game is like in the big populated areas, because this is a very rewarding thing to do. Luckily, we can stand back a bit and let our minions do stuff. But check it out. There's these war beasts. And somewhere up in the sky up there, amongst all of these Centaur camps, I know our frame rate's dropping massively here.
No, this is not how it will be.
There he is.
You will pay. Answer this, hummingbirds. How does one fight the wind?
There he is. Look, look, look. It's Olgoth himself. And he summons the Earth Elemental. Just as we saw in the human character creation, we see the Earth Elemental comes back, except this time, it's in a more end game scenario with...
Enough of this. I'll deal with you myself. I'll crush your fragile bones with a flick of my mind.
With tons of experienced players who can break this stuff very quickly. So that was really quite impressive, actually.
Keep moving and stay out of the fire. Don't get hit by the wisps.
And look, here he comes. Here's the Seraph. The Olgoth must fall. Hang in there. And look, he goes for the fight. Here's the mechanics. We can't really hear him because we stand quite far away. Oh my god, he's dying really quickly. These players are doing really well here. Let's try and get an actual tag so we get some loot and stuff for this. But yeah, there's like fires that come around. I know the game looks like a ridiculous mess here, but depending on how you set up your options, I was going to change them a second ago, but it's too late now. You can get basically all of your frames back and cull a lot of these effects and things away. But yeah, this is kind of the ludicrous, crazy stuff you experience in Guild Wars. And there you go. And so if you ever have to wonder if people are still playing the game, I mean, it becomes pretty apparent pretty goddamn quickly that the second you go to any real kind of stuff, everyone's here. So yeah, there you go. He was taken out. We got quite a bit of his dialogue there as well. We get a really cool reward here. Event rewards. We get a bonus. We get rare legs. There's a wooden chest over here we can claim for ourselves with an embroidered saddlebag.
Look at this. So pretty.
That Caraflower thinks is pretty. We can open it up. We get a dagger. We get some stuff. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. I did not... this was not planned. As much as I would like to say that I waited to start recording for the perfect time, I did not. But look, as Olgoth dies, as Storm rolls in... And just remember, there will always be more Olgoths. There will always be more Centaurs. And despite this temporary victory, this is it. The Seraph control all Centaur camps in Harathi hinterlands. We didn't really help them get here. It could be quite a long, arduous process to push all the way across the map and get to this. But there you go. They managed to do it. Our rewards for that are numerous, by the way. It's not just the loot we got, but we could go all the way to the back now. We could get a hero point. We could get that point of interest if we were so inclined. But I think I want to go see the script. So let's go back to that starburst, shall we? And see. Look, there you go. Look, we've helped with both the Centaur effort and we can now go save the script. We did it all, guys. We did it all. The script naturally evolve a leader as they begin to gather permanently in one place. That leader is usually chosen for his or her ability to most rapidly pass the information brought by other script. The rest of their race at that location respect the leader as something of a first among equals, allowing that individual to choose future strategies and plans for the entire colony. The entire group gathers en masse at least once every moon, usually on the full or new moon as it's easiest to note, in order to share large-scale information. They commune, discuss the events of the past month, and prepare for any difficulties they know to be approaching during the next moon. Alright, so here we have it, the hatchery. Siren, oh, tell a lie, what? Oh my god, I must have been wrong. I thought that we were going to do the other instance, but no, we are doing the cave instance. It's just got a really weird starting entry point. Oh my god, like you start it here and then for some reason it teleports us over here. That's very strange. Okay, no, we are in the cave, right.
Chikik and the scouts must be down here somewhere. We have to find them.
Okay, alright, so we're going to try and find the scouts. And there's eggs. Now, the main mechanic... Well, let's speak to Siren first.
There's always more to learn.
There is. Okay, once we find and save these script, I want you to help me monitor their speech patterns. Let's see if they really do communicate better in large numbers. I'd like to review the plan. Sure, we do a little amateur spelunking. I love that word. And fetch back enough script to help pump up their intelligence enough to build the bomb that they need. And the bomb takes care of the destroyers. And the matriarch, I suspect, is scrambling around in here. While we do that, Fatokchak sends a party to swipe blasting powder from the local centaurs. Then we all meet up and boom. Right, so we need lots of script to make them smart and a bomb, and then it all works. Right, now here's the thing, guys. If we walk near these... I love the way that they look. They explode, do damage to us, and set us on fire. And spawn a crabling. So the best thing for us, really... is to not walk near them. Problem is, as Caraflower, it's kind of tricky to be stealthy when we have billions of minions. So I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and charge down there and see what we got. Now, there's some destroyer... Look how beautiful this cave is, by the way. I mean, seriously. So we're just going to charge down and see what we got and hopefully clear this stuff out. I can see the Skritter hold up. They're not very far away at all, so let's deal with it.
Fast as the wind.
Alright, good. So that's the majority of them cleared near the script. So hey guys, how's it going?
You bring me something?
What about shinies? Came here for shinies, specials. Need them to trade to live. No, stop it, my god. We already went through this. No, to live, you need to not be here. Okay. Oh, they listened. That's awesome. Oh, did they listen? I mean, he is kind of repeating himself. We need to rescue to Chick and the other scouts. I guess they're even further. Oh, look, they're fighting. They're actively fighting. We got to go help them. Oh, no, that's the grubs that are fighting. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, just Elder Dragon minions hate everything. They'll destroy grubs. Anything living, they will corrupt and try to... You know, they will leave a swathe of devastation in their path. Professor Gore has some ideas that they take magic as well, which is fairly verified, as we saw through Brack's story. But, whether they can get that from grubs, I'm not entirely sure. Right, so what do we got? Well, there's a living script all the way over there, but there's a downstate one here, so let's raise him up, or her up. This is Yik-Tuk. Hope you're happy. They're fighting over there, but I'm sure they'll be fine. They got some little script bottles, by the way, we can pick up to aid us. Let's see what these are like. So we can grab this. This allows us to stab some... Oh my god, the rock's falling. We can stab someone with a broken bottle. Fine. You want to go shiv one of these crabs, guys. Here we go. Yeah! Oh my god, and we can repeatedly do it. That's kind of cool. Don't forget, as we stab him with the body, we steal life from him. Because traits don't care what kind of thing it's working with, right? Like, if you get an environmental weapon, your traits can affect environmental weapons. It's one of the really fun things about, especially later, as they start creating more interesting environmental weapons, you can do some really crazy stuff. In fact, there's been some pretty ridiculous ways to break the game on Necromancer in the past with that.
Kataka, get up! We must run! Kataka? Oh, Kataka! Why did you have to be so brave?
Oh!
The destroyers killed my Kataka! Run and rush them all!
Oh, that's so sad. One of them's dead. Oh, the way he cried. Why did you have to...
I can't! Why did you have to be so brave?
Oh my god, that's actually so genuinely really sad. Come on, we gotta get going though, guys. Are they gonna actually come? He says he doesn't want to leave them. These aren't even destroyers. These are just toxic oozes from that cave back there, which actually looks really cool. There's a nice little chamber over there. This is actually really near the orange starburst I was talking about. And you can see a mysterious glowing runic wall over there also. That wall is related to some events in the open world. Funnily enough, they allow you to travel all the way up there in this instance, even though it's completely unnecessary. Look, let's leave. We've got everyone, right? No, there's one downstate script lobber there, but maybe they'll get themselves up. Maybe they're being raised by some others. Looks like the story's okay with it. There's a wave of harpies that don't want us leaving. Oh my god, yes, harpies. Ow. Have we fought any harpies yet? Yeah, it tends to be, whenever you find a dragon minion that looks like this, they can be quite scary. Harpies in general are really annoying. Destroyer versions of them are much worse. These guys tend to have some pretty dangerous animations. You will find eventually, way off in the future, that Zaitan has something pretty nasty like that too.
Thank you for saving us. We were trapped. The eggs. These eggs are horrible.
Don't worry. We'll see that they're all killed, along with their queen. Destroyer queen. Dragon minions shouldn't be able to reproduce. How is this possible?
Priory records have documented such creatures. They were pregnant when they were corrupted. Or it might be something new. How exciting!
I don't like either option. We have to take this creature out before she makes more eggs.
We'll stand with you and fight. We know these things from the deeps. Know their cruelty. Come, meet me back at the village. Much to do.
This is a blighted mess. You have the patience of the tree, scholar.
Wait, why do we have the patience of a tree? I think we did pretty well. What was so patient about what we did, though? I guess just trying to corral and communicate with these script.
Welcome.
Well, that was exciting and informative. I'm dying to see what these script can do with the bomb powder and, that all the other script are collecting. I thought that was going to go another way. That she was going to say she was excited to see what they could do when they're all together again. As soon as the destroyers will be... Wait. And soon the destroyers will be just plain dying, we say. That's a strange line. To Chick says, glad for life, sad for Kataka. So sad. Great friend, Kataka. Stupid hot rock bugs. Need to fight for Takchak. Contribute to Big Boom. Wipe them all out for Kataka. That's the plan. I'm glad that that script fell, which got them all on side. Good to be safe. Good. Foraging in caves is too dangerous these days. I'm going to start foraging in cities. More people, more stuff. Let's get you out here and intact before you start making plans. Right. And so, yeah, as you guys can see, there's actually quite a lot of Elder Dragon activity going on when you take the time to really look at what some of the lesser races might be going through. Get another level. That's level 53. We get a bag of tier 3 crafting materials, but my inventory's a bit of a mess right now, so we won't worry about that just yet. Let's leave this instance and head on back. And yeah, this is going to be the end of this chapter now, actually. We've got a pretty climactic, scary moment as we find out exactly how destroyers have been getting eggs. And we fight one of the highest ranking creatures that we have seen in the entire series so far. But that will be next time, guys, with Set to Blow, as we conclude the Skrit story, and then also move on to what comes next, which, as you'll remember, is the battle for Claw Island. There's a lot to see and to talk about tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you. A moth to a flame, just like you. In fact, Faolain and Keith were nothing alike. Faolain's hair was jet black, as were her nails and her eyes. They had been that way from the moment the two women emerged together from the pale tree. Faolain had been all about questions, and Keith had been all about answers. They were dear to each other, and set out together to explore the world. But Keith's spirit had grown straight and true like a young tree, while Faolain's had grown twisted like a poison ivy vine. "Did you set this fire?" Keith asked. Faolain threw back her shock of black hair and breathed smoke through flared nostrils. "A nice idea, but no, it was destroyers. Magma monsters." Keith shook her head grimly. "They boil up everywhere. The Elder Dragon Primordus is taking back the world." A loud moan came from a burning barn nearby. Keith rushed to the door, hauled it open, and stared within. The hayloft boiled with black smoke, and the threshing floor was mantled in fire. Against the far wall lay a blackened figure that could hardly have been alive, except that it moaned. Keith wove among the flames to reach the man and dropped down to her knees. His eyes were gone. His face, too. Just cracked bark over oozy muscle. His lips were half fused. "Burning beast! Burning beast! Burning!"
I'll never understand what Keith saw in Faolain.
Who can say they truly understand anything about Keith, really?